Welcome to our special Halloween week CTV Sports. I'm Benjamin Franklin, otherwise known as Travis Green.
And I'm Thad Castle, otherwise known as Brett Kennedy.
We've got a special show for you tonight. It should be electric. It's as good as a $100 bill. It's as hot as a Franklin stove.
We get it, Trav.
Let's start off with some CSU football. It was a bye week.
Right you are, Trav. The 20th ranked Colorado State volleyball team was in Logan, Utah this past Saturday to take on Utah State. The Rams swept the Aggies in 3 straight sets. This makes it 11 straight matches won in a row by CSU and a record of 17-3 and 10-0 in Mountain West play. Colorado State out-hit Utah State as a team 404-110. 3 Rams hit at or over 500. Adriana Colbert hit with 615. Freshman Julia Cubbage hit 571, and Alex Paletto hit exactly 500.
That's electric.
That is electric, Trav. Alex Reed posted a double-double with a team-high 12 kills and 15 digs. The Rams also beat the Aggies in blocking 12-3, as both Colbert and Acacia Andrews had 5 blocks, and Paletto led the team with 6. Speaking of Alex Paletto, more good news came to the CSU volleyball team. Paletto won Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week. This is the first time the sophomore has won the award and the 3rd CSU player to claim the award this season. This past week, she tallied 19 kills, tallied 3.17 kills per set, and shot 500 in both matches against Boise State and Utah State. Against the Broncos, she had a match-clinching solo block to give CSU a 33-31 win in the 3rd set. In addition to leading the team in blocks in the match against Utah State, Paletto added 11 kills and only 1 error. The Rams' next game will be at Moby Arena against San Diego State this Thursday.
The Colorado State soccer team was held scoreless for the 4th consecutive game and picked up its 9th consecutive loss at the Lagoon on Sunday against Boise State. The game was scoreless until the 62nd minute when Boise State's Michelle Reed booted a shot past CSU goaltender Jesse McGinley. That's not electric. Reed's goal was all the Broncos needed to seal the 1-0 win. The loss moved CSU's record to 3-14-2-2 on the season. The team's final game of the year is on Friday against Wyoming for a good old border war at the Lagoon.
The Colorado State women's golf team shot a season-low 500-283 on Sunday to open up the Las Vegas Women's Intercollegiate Tournament.
Woo!
Freshman Katrina Prendergast carded a 3 under 69, a personal best. Sophomore Allie Anderson and junior Elizabeth Rao tied with career bests with 2 under 70s. As a team on Sunday, CSU shot 18 birdies in addition to Anderson's eagle on hole 16. The tournament will end on Tuesday, and for your tournament updates, check out www.collegian.com and click on the Sports tab. Well, it's time for a break.
But don't go anywhere. When we're back, we have this week's sit-down interview with CSU running back Jasen Oden Jr.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out Collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
Welcome back from a rough part of Buffalo, New York to Colorado State as a safety and later changing positions to running back. Jasen Oden Jr.'s path to becoming CSU's #1 running back certainly hasn't been prototypical. I sat down with Oden to hear his story. Well, I know you and I just talked about growing up in Buffalo a lot, but what was that like growing up there?
I mean, I grew up in a real dangerous part of Buffalo. You know, I grew up real in the middle of uptown Buffalo on Ferry Street in the Ferry Projects. So it was kind of rough growing up there, and it was it make you really look at situations different. You know what I'm saying? My mom tried her best to keep me out the streets and stuff like that, seeing her struggle. my whole life. It was kind of, messed up, but it kind of made me grow up quicker than originally what I was, watching my little brothers and them, my mom at work, and trying to really be a father figure to them and stuff like that, because their father wasn't really in their life as much either. So just little things like that, growing up in projects made me be a man, I feel like.
Last season, you changed from safety to running back. What was that process like? I
wasn't playing as much as I wanted to actually play, so I was like, I'd rather go home or just go down the division and get closer to home and play football. That's what my mindset was. And, Coach Mack was like, all right, well, can you, play running back for us this spring? And I was kind of like, all right, I ain't played running back. I really never actually really did. So it was like, it's kind of new, but I was like, all right, I give them a body, for my teammates, because, I'm still a part of this team. So I wound up moving over, and then in spring camp, 3 days to spring camp, Darnell had transferred.
Yeah.
And I had started going with the ones, and I started doing exceptionally well. And Coach Mack was like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you the keys to the car. You got the job. You still want to leave?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stick it out. I never said I was gonna leave. I just said I didn't know what I wanted to do. And after that, I just started sticking with it, and I started to get better and better and better."
What would you rather do? Make a big hit or bust a big run?
Make a big hit. I'm still, my mindset is still I still love defense.
Yeah.
I love defense first. But and me playing defense kind of helped me now. I can read defenses real well, because I know that some tendencies that I used to have when I played over there. So I try to read the safeties and the corners and the linebackers and things like that. So it kind of give me a head start on a player too.
How unique do you think that makes you, a running back that has played defense?
I think it made me unique, because I still feel like I could still play defense if I needed to. I feel like I could play both sides of the field. I'm kind of like an athlete still, I feel like. I still play special team session where I make a lot of tackles on kickoff and stuff like that. But me being able to play safety and DB on defense, like I said, it helps me out a lot. It can help a lot of guys out if they did play that, or just not just studying it, trying to watch film. I actually know I could read coverages like a quarterback, cover 2 and cover 3. I know safety's tendencies when they bluffing and when they really coming, and I know what they got to cover in cover 3 and things like that.
All right, this season, performing very well.
Yeah.
What's that like for your family in Buffalo? You said how you're so close to your family. What's that like to have them watch you performing here at Colorado State?
It's just a blessing. Like I said, I'm a real family man, and my family meant a lot to me. And just how proud it is of me right now is kind of a good thing. I'm gonna probably be the first one out of my whole family to graduate. So it's a good thing.
What's that like for you?
It's a real accomplishment. That's one thing I always said I was gonna do, is get a degree. Even the people who told me I wouldn't, and all the people who told me I wouldn't make it to college, I'm proving them wrong. And I'm just not trying to be another statistic, dead or in jail, something like that. So I'm trying to get a degree, and it's going to be a real huge compliment to me. That's one of my life goals, is to get a degree.
That's really cool. Yeah. Well, do you feel like you have the whole city of Buffalo rooting on you?
Oh yeah. It's the whole the love that Buffalo give me is remarkable. It's so a blessing. You put a stat up there and be like, oh yeah, watch my game, and come on at 3 o'clock, and you get 300 or 400 likes on it. And it's just amazing. And just the adults, they hit me up in my inbox and be like, man, you really doing so much for this community and things like that. My son looks up to you, and I just want to say thank you for doing everything the right way, and I just couldn't be more proud of myself.
Tell you what, Brett, that interview was like flying a kite in a thunderstorm.
Oh.
Electric.
Trav.
Electric.
Oh, Trav.
It's time for another break, but when we're back, sports reporters Emmett McCarthy and Keegan Pope will join us to talk some football, baby.
We'll be right back.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back from the break. We are now joined by Emmett McCarthy and Keegan Pope, also known as Sharkeisha and the Ski Bum.
What's up, bro?
Interesting choice, guys.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Well, we got to talk about this CSU football team. It's bye week, kind of the halfway point for the season. Remaining schedule, very winnable. What do you guys think about the team's chance to pull off a bid?
This next game up against SDSU could get a little ugly for CSU. But after that, it seems like they're out of the woods. I mean, Wyoming could probably pencil that one in as a win. And after that, UNLV has been a bit tougher than teams expected. But then 2 games on the road, they probably can at least get enough wins to become bowl eligible there.
What do you think, Keegan?
I think I see this team winning out. I mean, they're 3-4 at this point, but I see them winning their next 5. They're coming off a bye. They're coming off a good win over their in-state rival, Air Force. San Diego State will be another tough challenge. But after that, I think there's really not anything stopping them from winning 7 or 8 games this year, which, I mean, looking at the start that they had earlier this year didn't seem possible, but it's a very good possibility that they win 7 or 8 games and get back to a bowl.
What do you think, Brett?
I agree with Keegan. I think the tough part of the schedule is gone for this team. I really think that this team will beat Wyoming, they'll beat Fresno State, and either against UNLV or New Mexico, they'll get a win there, and they'll be able to make it into a bowl.
Yeah, even in the preseason, the schedule we looked at, the beginning was whoa, they might not pull off the wins here. That's a tough start for Bobo. But now the team's got rolling. They just got a win against Air Force, much needed. I think this team could wind up winning 7 games, like you said, Keegan. I think they could really make a solid bowl game out of a season that early on people were really questioning Bobo. And now they might look at him like, hey, he did a great job, first-year coach.
Bobo knows.
He does. Bobo does know. But we also had a graphic earlier about the standings in the Mountain West. Let's see if we can pull that up again to see here. CSU obviously down on the mountain side of the Mountain West standings. 1 and 2. Do you think there's any way they can jump up and take first place in this part of the bracket?
Well, they would need multiple losses from both Utah State and Boise State. It just doesn't seem likely that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with Emmett. I mean, it was kind of shocking to see Boise State lose in general, but to lose in the way that they did to Utah State was shocking. And then to see Utah State lose to San Diego State in the way that they did was pretty shocking as well. I don't really see that happening. I mean, Boise State and Utah State are really the 2 best teams, and they've already faced each other. So I think probably Boise State doesn't lose a game the rest of the year, especially after the way they were handled by Utah State. So I don't think CSU can make up too much ground on that side.
I'm really shocked Boise State lost. I looked at that team and thought there's no way they're losing in the Mountain West. They do pick up the loss against Utah State, but I'm with you guys. I think Boise is definitely going to stay atop of this. What do you think, Brett?
I really don't see it happening, Trav. Maybe CSU moves up a little bit in that list, but I just don't see it happening. Boise State and Utah State are just too talented of teams.
All right, well, since it's the midway point in the season, we got to have some mid-season MVPs here. We'll start with the offense. Who do you think is the MVP of offense?
I've got Rashard Higgins, and a lot of people kind of wonder about that. I mean, he hasn't played in every game this year, but he makes a difference in games that he does play in. When you watch that CSU offense, it's a lot different without Rashard Higgins in there. Their running game opens up when he's in there. Their passing game opens up. And he's just a playmaker that teams really have to account for. You have to game plan specifically for Rashard Higgins, and I think that by far makes him the most valuable player that CSU has on its offense.
What do you think, Emmett?
It's tough not to go with Rashard, and Jasen Oden is another guy who's been a catalyst for the offense, but I'm actually going to go with another receiver, Joe Julian Edelman Welker Hansley. My man.
Spot on.
When teams have been able to take Rashard away, Hansley's been the guy who's gotten open and has been their most sure-handed receiver.
Yeah, I can't argue that. What do you think, Brett?
I really think Jasen Oden is a huge, vital part to this offense, Trav. When that team gets down within the 5-yard line, ready to punch it into the end zone, that's who they're giving it to, and he's likely going to produce a touchdown.
I'm with you. I got to go Jasen Oden. When I talked to him, I asked him why he's getting so many yards per carry. He's got 4.9 this season, and it really seems like if you hand him the ball, he's going to get you 3 yards no matter what. It's just that drive. He's got that drive, and it's been impressive to watch him go from possibly 3rd string in the preseason to now he's that #1 running back for this team. I love the way he has played. We got to do defensive MVP as well. Keegan, who's your defensive?
I got to go with Kevin Davis. He's the heart and soul of this defense at middle linebacker. That was one of the big questions coming into this year is how do you replace your 2 inside linebackers with Max Morgan and Aaron Davis leaving? But Kevin Davis has stepped up. He's CSU's leading tackler. He leads the Mountain West in tackles for loss. And he's really just been kind of the center of that defense. He rushes the passer. He's a big hitter. He loves to come up and play against the run, and I don't think there's anyone that's been more valuable to that defense.
What about you, Emmett?
I'm going to go with kind of an unlikely pick here, DeAndre Elliott. you saw when he was out against CU, the secondary kind of got torched by the Buffs. And with Bernard Blake leaving, DeAndre's been the closest thing they've had to a lockdown corner. From a guy who was really struggling 2 years ago, it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, the team really missed him when he was hurt. Brett, who's yours?
Oh, this is no question for me, Trav. My boy KPL. He reminds me of Ed Reed, hard-hitting safety. He changes the defense.
I think both those safeties, KPL, Trent Matthews, you can't go wrong there. I got Trent Matthews, and that's unfortunately all the time we have for you tonight. Somehow we made it through the show without breaking down and cracking up. Thanks for joining us, Ski Bum, Sharkeisha, Fat Castle, Benjamin Franklin, and we're out.